Hello everyone. Today we're going to be starting with HTML. This is a new project of mine. I am learning HTML from the very beginning, from scratch, and I'm taking you guys along on this journey with me. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thanks. Okay, so HTML is basically a hypertext. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. As you can see, markup is bold and underlined because it's not a programming language, it's a markup language, and there's a difference. But I always say programming language, so if I make a mistake and say programming language instead of markup language in the near future, please don't correct me. I know it's wrong, it's just a habit. And as you can see here, this is the logo for HTML. Also, it's not really important that you memorize what it stands for. It's just to know. So basically, HTML is used to create web pages and web documents. You can pause and read the picture on the left for yourself, but basically the picture on the right is a very simplified example of what you can do with HTML. It's basically you just make a website and you do things like that, like the heading, the paragraph, and stuff like that. It's just very simple stuff. And then with CSS, you design a little bit more, and with JavaScript, you make it like move around and stuff like that. You make it like more cool. But HTML is the base; it's the foundation. So that's why we're starting with HTML now, and then we're gonna be learning JavaScript and CSS and React and all that stuff later down the road. So to get started coding, you can start with CodePen.io. This is an online coding environment, and you can use it to code in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I don't know what else. I don't know if you can do other languages as well, but these are the languages that I know you can use with this website. But if you want to get more serious and save your work and have an offline environment, you can use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is an app that is very known in the programming world. You've probably heard of it before. This is the logo for it, as you can see next to the name up on the top right of the page. It's a very nice environment. You can use it to run many different languages, and it's just great. Everyone uses it, everyone loves it. And you can install whatever extensions you want for Visual Studio Code. But first, I'd like to show you CodePen.io. So, if you write CodePen.io in your web browser, you'll come to this page. When you come to this page, you can click on Start Coding, and you have your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can also change the view, and then you can move this around. So if you want to focus on HTML for now, you can write all your HTML here and it'll show up here. As you can see, this is what your website would look like basically. But if you want to be more serious, like I said, it's better to go to Visual Studio Code. I actually don't have it downloaded, so we're going to be doing that now. We don't need this anymore. Leave this. So you're going to want to write Visual Studio Code in your browser, or just VS Code like I did, and then click on the first thing that pops up. Download for Windows, or if you have Mac, you download for Mac, and then it'll start downloading. Once it finishes, you're going to want to click on it. I accept. Next. Next. Next, I want to start it, so yes, create a desktop icon. Next, install. Finish, and it starts. So here is the main page. You're gonna want to click on new text file. File, new file, and then we're gonna put HTML course And there you go. So before we get started with the HTML course, I want to get some extensions. So as you can see, we have two extensions that I want to add, and it's one of them is live server. So you go to this tab, click on the tab, and then type in live server. Okay, so basically this helps, as you can see here, it lets us see our code working on the website. So you can see it like in live time without having to refresh and all that stuff. So click on install and it installs. So it's by this guy that has 35 million downloads, so you can't miss it basically. Okay, so it's installed. Next, we're gonna wanna install Mithril, Emmet. I think it's this one, yeah. So this helps you code a lot quicker by supporting your syntax. So basically by the time you type in anything, it's just gonna continue it for you. Okay, moving on. In the Explorer right here, you have an untitled workspace. So you click on it. I already have a folder and I named it HTML course. So here you're gonna wanna create a new file and then say index.html and then enter. And then here you can start coding with HTML. A great thing about one of the extensions we just added is if you put an exclamation mark and then click enter, you have this. And here you can see, wait, hold on, how do I zoom in? Okay, so you're gonna wanna click on settings and then, here, and then click on settings, and then it'll take you to here, and then you're gonna click on workspace, go to font size, and there you have it. So we'll go back to this. Let's just exit out of here. You can see that it's bigger. So here is where the code is. This is where you start programming in HTML. You don't need to know what all of this means just yet, but you will soon in the upcoming videos. But as an introduction, to start coding with HTML, you just open the HTML tag. By the way, everything here in the between all these angled brackets, as you can see, they're all called tags. So here you have an HTML tag. It opens and closes from the beginning of the code till the end of the code. Everything in between is part of the HTML code. So to start coding with HTML, like I said, you open, type HTML, and then close it. This is not really that important. It's just specifying that the language is in English. And then at the end, when you want to close it, you just type the same thing, but with a / right before the word. Same thing with body. Body, you open it by just typing body between the angled brackets, and then you close it by doing the same thing, but with a / in the middle. So if you right click on here, and then you click on open with live server, so after you open it, you'll see that it pops up over here, and you'll see that it's an empty web page. And it's empty because here we have nothing in the body. But if you type hello, you get hello. This is my first HTML website. And there you go. As you can see, you started coding in HTML. This is my first HTML website. So I hope you enjoyed this brief introduction. I will be going in more in depth a little more in the upcoming videos, but this is just a brief introduction. So if you enjoyed and if you learned something, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future HTML and programming videos. And thank you.